In this video, we are required to find the length and width of the outer rectangle. So we have a rectangle, and within the rectangle, there are different rectangles and one square. So this rectangle has an area of 14, while this one has an area of 15. This one has an area of 17. This rectangle has an area of 12. And this middle part is where we have the square, which has an area of 1. So with that, what is the length and width of this outer rectangle? So first, let's call this rectangle, label the points. Let this be A, B, C, and this D. Now first, if we are to look at the square, so area of square, we know that area of a square is given by side squared, but our area was given as 1, so 1 is equals to side squared. So side squared is equals to 1. We find the square root on both sides. So s, square root of 1 is 1. So each side of the square is 1. Okay, so that implies that from here to here is 1. Also from here to here is 1. Also from here to here is 1. Also from here to here is 1. Now let's label all our rectangles that are inscribed for easier identification. So let this be 1, let this be 2, let this be 3, and let this be rectangle 4. Now if we are to first of all focus on rectangle 4, this one here, let its length be x. So we are letting from here to here, we are letting it to be x. Okay, we know that area of a rectangle is equals to length times width, and we know the area is 12. So 12 is equals to the length x times the width, which we do not know. Therefore, since we want to find the width, make it the subject, will be equals to 12 over x. So from here to here, we've got it to be 12 over x. Next, let's consider rectangle 1. Okay. Now, we know that for rectangle 1, we know that from here to here is x. Okay. From this point to this point is x. And from here to here is 1. Implying that this is the width of this rectangle. Okay, let's say the length. This is the length of this rectangle 1. So that implies that from here to here will be x minus 1. Okay, so area of a rectangle is length times width. We know its area is 14 is equals to the length, we've got it as x minus 1 times the width, which we don't know. So w will be equals to 14 over x minus 1. So from this point to this point is 14 over x minus 1. Next, let us consider rectangle 3. Now, in rectangle 3, since from here, from this point to this point is 12 over x, and from here to here is 1, so the meaning from this point to this point will be 12 over x plus 1. Okay, so here to here is 12 over x plus 1. But let's simplify it. So let's use crisscross method. So 12 times 1 is 12, plus x times 1 is x over x times 1, which is x. So we have 12 plus x over x as the width of this rectangle 3. 12 plus x over x. We know that area is length times width. We already have our area as 17, so 17 is equals to length, which we don't know, times this width, 12 plus x over x. So we make L the subject, so length will be equals to 17 divided by 17 over this, which is just divide by 12 plus x over x. Therefore, L will be equals to 17 times the reciprocal of this, so times x over 12 plus x. Therefore, length will be equals to 17 times x is 17x over 12 plus x. Therefore, from here to here is 17x over 12 plus x. Finally, looking at rectangle 2, so in this rectangle 2, from here to here is 1, which is the side of the square, from here to here. And from here to here, we've got it as 17x over 12 plus x. That means that the length of this rectangle is 1 plus 17 over 12 plus x. So let us simplify this. This will be equals to, so if this is over 1, we crisscross 1 times this, shall have 12 plus x, then plus 17x over 12 plus x. Okay, so this will be equals to, open this bracket, 12 plus x plus 17x over 12 plus x, which will be equals to 12 plus x plus 17x is 18x over 12 plus x. Therefore, the length of rectangle 2 from here to here is 12 plus 18x over 12 plus x. And then for the width of this same rectangle will be, so from this point to this point, we know it's 14 over x minus 1, while from this point to this point, we know it's 1. So the width of this rectangle will be 14 over x minus 1, then minus this one to get just here, from here to here. So minus 1. So we simplify this, crisscross method. This will be equals to 14 minus 1 into x minus 1 over x minus 1. So this will be equals to 14 minus x. This times this becomes plus 1 over x minus 1. So this is equals to 14 plus 1 is 15 minus x over x minus 1. So that's the width. So from here to here is 15 minus x over x minus 1. So now since we have length and width, we know that area is equals to length times width. And we know area of this one is 15. So 15 is equals to length, which is 12 plus 18x over 12 plus x, times width, which is 15 minus x over x minus 1. Now let's multiply by 12 plus x into x minus 1 on both sides. So we multiply this side here times 12 plus x into x minus 1, also times 12 plus x into x minus 1 on this side as well. So on this side, this cancels with this and this cancels with this. So we are left with 15 into 12 plus x into x minus 1 being equals to just the numerators. 12 plus 18x into 15 minus x. So now we solve for what is in the brackets. So 15 times 12 is 180 plus 15 times x is 15x. Okay, then times x minus 1. This is equals to 12 plus 18x into 15 minus x. Okay, now 180 times x is 180x. 180 times negative 1 is minus 180. 15x times x is plus 15x squared. 15x times negative 1 is minus 15x. This is equals to 12 times 15 is 180. 12 times negative x is minus 12x. 18x times 15 is plus 270x. Then 18x times negative x is minus 18x squared. So we rearrange and bring everything on one side so that we equate the equation to 0. So we shall have this 15x squared. When this 18x squared crosses, it becomes plus 18x squared. Then plus 180x, okay, minus 15x. Then when this crosses, it becomes plus 12x. When this crosses, it becomes minus 270x. Then minus 180. Then when this crosses, it becomes minus 180. This is equals to 0. Okay. So 15x squared plus 18x squared gives us 33x squared. Then 180x minus 15x plus 12x, this here. 180 minus 15 plus 12 minus 270 gives us minus 93x. Then minus 180 minus 180 gives us minus 360. This is equals to 0. So we divide everything by 3 since they're all divisible by 3. So here we get this by 3 gives us 11x squared minus this gives us 31x minus this gives us 120. This is equals to 0. As you can see, we come up with a quadratic equation and we're going to solve it using the quadratic formula. So our value of A here is 11, our B is negative 31, and our C is negative 120. So the quadratic formula is x will be equals to minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So x will be equals to minus, our b is negative 31 plus or minus root of negative 31 squared minus 4 times 11 times negative 120 over 2 times a, which is 11. So x is equals to negative times negative is positive. So 31 plus or minus 31, negative 31 times negative 31, we get 960. 61. Then minus negative 4 times 11 gives us negative 44. Negative 44 times negative 120 gives us positive 5280. This is over 2 times 11, which is 22. So x is equals to 31 plus or minus root of this plus this gives us 6241 over 22. So x is equals to 31 plus or minus, x is equals to 31 plus or minus square root of 6241 is 79. So this over 22. Therefore, x will be equals to either 31 plus 79 over 22 or 31 minus 79 over 22. In this case, x will be 110 over 22, and in this case, x will be minus 48 over 22. So x for here, when you divide this, you get 5, and when you divide this, you get negative 2.182. Now, since x represents distance, our value of x cannot be negative because distance cannot be negative. Therefore, we reject this solution and consider x is equals to 5 as our value of x. Now that we have got the value of x, next thing is just replace for x in this, what we have to find the length and width of ABCD. So first let's start with length. So the length of ABCD, rectangle ABCD, so length will be equals to BC, which is x plus 17x over 12 plus x, and we've got our x as 5, so we just replace. This will be equals to 5 plus 17 times 5 over 12 plus 5. So this is equals to 5 plus 17 times 5 is 85 over 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 goes into 85 5 times. So this will be equals to 5 plus 5. So our length is 10. Okay, length of ABCD is 10 units. Next, let's find the width of rectangle ABCD. Now, the width will just be this DC, which is this plus this. So our width will be 15 minus x over x minus 1 plus 12 plus x over x. Okay, since we already know our value of x is 5, this will be 15 minus 5 over 5 minus 1 plus 12 plus 5 over 5, which is equals to 15 minus 5 is 10, so 10 over 5 minus 1 is 4, plus 12 plus 5 is 17 over 5. So we use crisscross method. So this will be equals to 10 times 5 plus 4 times 17 over 4 times 5, which is equals to 10 times 5 is 50 plus 4 times 17 is 68 over 4 times 5 is 20. So this is equals to 50 plus 68 gives us 118 over 20, which is approximately equals to 5.9. So this implies that our length, so for rectangle ABCD, our length is equals to 10 units and our width is equals to 5.9 units, and this is what they wanted us to find. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have an alternative approach to this, maybe easier, maybe just a different one, you can let us know in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe. It's completely free of charge. Like this video if you enjoyed it by giving it a thumbs up. Also, do not forget to share with your friends and family for an enlightening experience. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next video.